Hey, what's going on everybody? Verdi here with another Race Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to talk about Seer. She's a very unique Void Epic support champion. Let's go ahead and take a look at her abilities. On her A1, she attacks one enemy, and she has a 15% chance of granting an extra turn. This is nothing special, but the extra turn is kind of nice because her other abilities are really cool, and getting an extra turn pretty much guarantees cooldown reduction on those abilities, so that's kind of nice. On her A2, she places a 30% increased critical rate buff on all allies for 2 turns, and places a 25% weaken debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. The AoE weaken is nice, and the crit rate is also pretty cool. If you really need to, you can kind of build champions around this buff, but since she doesn't apply this first, I went ahead and built her with 100% crit rate. This is kind of where she shines. She is a support champion, but honestly, she brings the pain. She one-shots any wave in any dungeon if set up properly, and she's really fun to use. The move is removes all buffs from all allies and enemies, and then attacks all enemies. Damage increases according to the number of removed buffs. Has a 50% chance of placing a sleep debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, and the chance of placing a sleep debuff increases by 5% for each enemy removed. For each buff removed. Inflicts less damage to bosses. It inflicts less damage to bosses because originally when they reworked her, she was one-shotting the spider for like 5 million damage, which was obviously broken. So even though she does less damage to bosses now, she still does very good damage to bosses. She could do a little bit more, but her damage is very good. So I wouldn't really worry about what this says right here. The damage is based on enemy max hit points. And as you know, enemy max hit points abilities like Cold Heart's Heartseeker and Royal Guard's Takedown hit very hard. And then her aura is increases ally resist in all battles. She has a pretty decent base hit points. Pretty nice attack. Her defense is okay, and very nice base speed here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the artifacts that I put on her, and her masteries, and all that good stuff. I went ahead and maxed out all of her abilities for more damage, cooldown reduction. This is actually really important. The cooldown on this to be 4 turns. That's her main damaging ability. So I went with the crit rate set here. I had some okay speed rolls there, and a good crit damage roll. So I went ahead and went with it. Quad crit rate roll. I'm very happy with that. It's one of my only quad rolls. I have a 4 flat attack quad roll, which is nothing to be really proud of. So crit damage gloves, crit rate sub. I went with hit point percentage body because I needed to survive. With attack percentage body, she wasn't really doing that much more damage, and she was getting blasted, and I was not okay with that. On her boot speed, as we normally always recommend, crit rate sub. I needed the extra crit for the 100%. I went with the hit points ring, crit damage neck, and accuracy because she removes buffs from enemies as well, and that increases her damage, and for that she needs accuracy. For her masteries, we pretty much went like the basic damage route: crit rate, crit damage, whirlwind of death, ruthless ambush, cycle of violence, kill streak, down to flawless execution, evil eye, some accuracy, cycle of magic. And honestly, this was kind of just put in there because I usually gems for the points. If I was grinding the masteries, I probably wouldn't have gone for the last support there. So if you are grinding the masteries, probably don't go all the way. You probably don't need this. But it could be nice if people die, I guess. So she could be used as an arena nuker. I am not going to use her as an arena nuker. I kind of don't have her. I mean, it's not that I don't have her set up for that. I just have like Ray and stuff. So I'm really personally not going to use her arena. I'm going to use her in dungeons. And one of the main ones here is going to be Golem. And we're going to show her in this. Yes, I am running two bad L's. It might be a flex, it might be not. It might not be. You could take it however you want to. But you see there, 500k damage on the enemies there. One shot at all of them. Over here, when they put the reflect up, hopefully she doesn't die, and she'll remove all of that. And there it goes. Sometimes we fail this run. The current RNG on Golem is kind of bad because of the fact that the AI misjudges the last threshold of the enemies of the Fridge of Vengeance, and the AI will attack the Golem even though it's not time to attack the Golem, and will ignore the ads, and it will one-shot my party. I'm actually going to do a video about that. Alright. Oh, poor Jarek. He's dead. I think we'll be alright, though. You could pretty much use her in any... See, like right there, she did 400k. And we didn't really have that many buffs up anyway, so... That was not bad. 3.5 mil damage. Alright, so yeah. One more run here. Let's watch her blow up the first wave. Now, don't be fooled by watching this and being like, "Oh, Seer's really awesome. I'm going to do a lot of damage with her." This does require the setup that I have. She does have decreased defense from Draco. She does have a lot of buff from two bad Ls and Jarek. But also consider the fact that she is overkilling the enemies. So around 200k damage would be enough, which means that you could probably do it with half the buffs. And without bad L, probably you could use Reliquary Tender and stuff like that. There's definitely different ways to do this. Just don't necessarily expect it to do as much damage unless you have the setup that I have or something similar. If I have Duchess, I would probably run Duchess and it would be even better. As you saw there, she did a lot of damage to that boss. It says that she does reduce damage to the boss, and that's true, but don't be fooled. She does not do little damage to the boss. And 106, that is my best time. I've run that before, but as you see there, that is how I can do Golem now with her, and this is pretty amazing, honestly. I love her in this dungeon, and she has helped me out a lot here. We're going to go also a runner in Dragon. She could do waves. She can delete waves there as well. It's not perfectly set up with Zavia here because Draco will go after. I'm currently running Draco on the boss, but as you see there, once again, she's one-shotting the wave. Here, Kaima would be really nice. So we can reset the abilities. And, but as you see there, look at that. 20 seconds, we're at the dragon. I think that we're getting a cooldown reduction on, because of, what is the mastery? It's in the support tree. Damn it, I can't remember the name right now, but I will show it after. Is white when she gets it sometimes like that. 59-second dragon. So pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and run one more dragon. Maybe we can get a little bit better time. But yeah, she's definitely an awesome champion. She does a lot of damage. If you have her, build her. She is somewhat of an endgame champion. But like I said, you could definitely use her with a little bit of a worse setup than this, with just an AoE defense down, maybe from War Maiden even. And you can use buffs from different champions. Like if you have Gore Grab, Apothecary, Steel Skull, all of that stuff will count. So not quite as fast this run, but still really fast. Obviously, I have Zavia here, blowing up all the poisons as well. That's definitely not hurting. I think I get just as good at times with Royal Guard here, because Royal Guard will do a little bit more damage to the boss here. But when she does get the cooldown reduction, she does clear the waves faster than Royal Guard. So that definitely helps the time. That one wasn't that fast. So yeah, the mastery that I'm talking about, Cycle of Magic. So it is Cycle of Magic. That's what I thought it was. And also Cycle of Violence. So pretty cool. Pretty cool champion. I really like her. She does a lot of damage. Let's go over her artifacts real quick again. Just lots of crit damage, speed, and crit rate. She also needs accuracy and tankiness to survive. I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you found this video helpful or liked it in any way, please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, yo.